Hola otra vez, amigos. Gracias por venir a Español en la Casa con Señora Courtney. Thanks for coming back to join me for Spanish at Home. And in this box, we are continuing our learning about los dinosaurios. I definitely think it is one of my favorite topics we've done so far. So in this video, we are going to work on some of the writing pages. Now, I know some of you might be a little bit newer to learning Spanish at home, and that's totally fine. Just do your best with what you have, and if you have a hard time, that's okay. We're here to learn. You can always send me a message, and I'd be happy to help you if you need some help with something. But I know a lot of you have been working really hard at home, and you are ready to start doing a little bit more work with writing and speaking in Spanish. So I wanted to get you some activities to practice that this time as well. So for our first activity, we're going to do some labeling. Vamos a etiquetar. So you can see at the top of these pages, dice nombre, puedes escribir tu nombre allá. Yo voy a escribir Señora Courtney. Señora Courtney. Y aquí dice etiqueta el dibujo, label, etiqueta el dibujo. Tenemos este y también este. I'm going to have you pause for a second, and I want you to look at both of these papers. Some of these words are on some of our flashcards, so that would definitely give you a head start. If you already remember the flashcards, or if you know where they are, you can grab them, and it will help you remember how to say and how to spell some of these words. So pause me here real quick and see how many of these labels you can write before you come back. Ready? Pause. Okay, bienvenidos. Welcome back. Now, I'm curious, how many of these labels were you able to write without my help? I bet you could do a lot of them. So I think first we will start with el dinosaurio. So I'm going to turn the camera down this way again so you can see. Aquí tenemos dinosaurio. Yo escribo con una pluma. I'm writing with a pen. I don't recommend this, but I'm doing it so you can see it a little bit better. Dinosaurio. Dinosaurio. These were on our flashcards as well. Do you remember what they were called? Huellas. Muy bien. Huellas. Excelente. Y este también era una de las palabras que ya hemos aprendido. Huevo. Muy bien. Huevo. Y este también creo que podemos escribir otra palabra que hemos aprendido. This is another word that we have already learned, even though sometimes people don't think of this as a fossil. These are definitely fósiles. Because a fossil can be more than just a dinosaur bone, right? It could be a dinosaur footprint, it could be a different kind of animal, it could even be a plant. Son fósiles. And this last one up here, I don't think we've talked about this one too much, but we have learned this word before. Does anybody remember what it is? Hueso. Very good. H-U-E-S-O. Hueso. It's a bone. Okay, so let's look. How many of these were you able to do without my help? I bet you could do a lot of them. See that line over the O in fósiles? Remember in the video before where I was struggling a little bit to say herbívoro and carnívoro? That O has the same line that the I had. That makes your voice go up when you say that part of the word, fósiles. That's just part of the accent and how we pronounce that word. So here we have our dinosaurio and all of his vocabulary words on this page. Let's work on el paleontólogo. Paleontólogo. So if you haven't already paused it, pause it again and label this and then come back. Ready? Pause. Okay, bienvenidos. Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and label this together now. So, escribo Señora, Courtney, aquí donde dice nombre. And ahora voy a escribir paleontólogo. Whoops, you're not looking at the paper. There we go. Paleontólogo. Paleontólogo. And the line goes on that one. Paleontólogo. Muy bien. Oh, sabemos este. It was on our other one. Muy bien. Es un fósil. Un fósil. If there were more, we could say fósiles. But there's only one. Es un fósil. And this one was on our other paper too. Do you remember? Hueso. Muy bien. There are a lot of words that start with hue, H-U-E. Hueso, huevo, huella. Lots of them, huh? Hueso. And these two are the tools that the paleontólogo might use. This one was one of our flashcards. ¿Recuerdas cuál palabra es? Lupa. Muy bien. Lupa. How about this? Can you tell what it is? Muy bien. So this has a couple of different names. Depending on what it's used for, this kind of a brush might be called un pincel. Pincel, I know it sounds like pencil, right? Pincel, it's spelled a little differently. Or it might also be called un cepillo. Un cepillo. Okay, vamos a ver ahora. So you got un pincel o un cepillo in this little kit, right? With your pala. So you could do your own excavation como un paleontólogo. So go ahead and check your words. Paleontólogo, lupa, pincel or cepillo, hueso, y fósil or fósiles if there were more than one. How did we do? I think you did a great job. It's really hard to start writing in Spanish if you don't know a lot of the words, but we've been working so hard on these vocabulary terms. I thought it was time that we put them into practice and start writing with them. So the next thing we're going to do is continue with our writing practice in español. A ver, tenemos este papel que dice, ¿cuál es tu dinosaurio favorito? ¿Cuál es tu dinosaurio favorito? A mí me encanta el estegosaurio. Estegosaurio. Es mi dinosaurio favorito. ¿Cuál es tu dinosaurio favorito? Entonces aquí vamos a escribir, vamos a trazar. You can trace these letters. Mi dinosaurio favorito es. My favorite dinosaur is. And then all you need to do is escribe su nombre en español. So, if I wanted to write estegosaurio en español, puedo usar mis palabras aquí para ayudarme si necesito. Entonces, puedo trazar mi... Si no quieres trazar, no es necesario. If you would like to just write on the next line, está bien también. Mi dinosaurio favorito. Trazamos aquí. And then if you are just copying this down here, you can copy it and start the dinosaur's name on the next line. Or if you're ready to just start writing the dinosaur's name, you can do it on this line. So, mi dinosaurio favorito es Y es todo lo que tienes que hacer. That's all you have to do for the writing part. If you would like, you can add to it and say, I like it because me gusta porque, and then give me a reason why you think it's your favorite. Why do you like it? Me gusta porque es grande y también and also interesante. So I've added a few words here. Me gusta porque es grande y también interesante. So if there are some words that you would like to know to add to this paper, you can go on wordreference.com and that will help you look up some of the words that you are trying to say about your dinosaurio. Another fun piece you can do with this is dibuja tu dinosaurio favorito. You can draw your favorite dinosaur right here. Puedes dibujar tu dinosaurio favorito aquí. Muy bien. And there's one more writing activity that I want to show you right now. So, quite a big stack of papers here. You don't have to do all of these. You don't have to do any of them if you don't want to. But I feel like this would be a good challenge, especially for those of you that have been working on Spanish for a while. So this says, mi libreta de investigación de los dinosaurios. This is our little book about dinosaurs, our investigation. Por, and then escribe tu nombre aquí. Por Señora Courtney. Aquí. So you have a couple of different options here. You can pick your favorite dinosaur that we just wrote about on this paper and do your librito or libreta about that dinosaur. Or, remember el huevo, you can pick the dinosaur that you got in your huevo and write about it. So you should by now know, if your grown-up hasn't told you, you can get it now. There will be an envelope in your box, and inside your box there should be a card that has some information about the dinosaurio que estaba en tu huevo. So one of my daughters got el pterodáctilo. So all of the information on these cards está en inglés, see? But now you have some interesting information about your dinosaurio. And you can use this to help you fill out the papers as we go. So this first one says, ¿Dónde vivía mi dinosaurio? ¿Dónde vivía? Where did it live? Puedes dibujar aquí where it lived, and it should say on your card, location. So, el pterodáctilo vivía en Europa, Australia, América del Norte y África. So, all you have to do is add that information on your paper. So, we start with vivía, just like it has up here at the top, because that is our verb. That says it used to live, vivía en Europa, Australia, América del Norte y África. Y es todo. All to do for this. Y puedes dibujar, you can draw, para enseñarnos dónde vivía. So that is page 1. Then you have 2 that say the same thing at the top. And this would be a good place for younger students who might have a hard time writing a lot in Spanish to choose. So, ¿qué comía mi dinosaurio? With a lot more writing. ¿Qué comía mi dinosaurio? With maybe just a picture and a word or 2. So, you decide. ¿Qué comía mi dinosaurio? And you can draw a picture and then write about it, or just draw a picture and maybe label it with 1 or 2 words. So I'm going to do this one again so that you can see how to write in Spanish, and then it also will tell you on your card que comía. El pterodáctilo era un carnívoro, comía insectos, peces y otros dinosaurios. So on our papel, vamos a escribir. We're just going to use this word again. Comía. And then, el pterodáctilo comía insectos. Oops, insectos. And that's why we write in lápiz, not pluma, in case we mess up, right? Insectos, peces, fish, y otros dinosaurios. Again, remember you can go to that website that I told you about, wordreference.com, and look up any of these words that you might need. This is why we write in lápiz, in pencil, porque yo estoy escribiendo en pluma. I got ahead of myself. Okay. Y la próxima página tenemos también. Puedes escoger otra vez. ¿Cómo era mi dinosaurio físicamente? What did my dinosaur look like? Puedes dibujar y escribir mucho, o puedes dibujar y puedes usar las etiquetas. You can label las partes del dinosaurio. Up to you. You can decide. So you can use this card to help you figure out how tall it was, how long it was, how much it weighed. If it had wings like mine, tiene alas. If it had a beak, un pico. If it has 2 patas para caminar o 4 patas para caminar, anything like that. So I'm going to skip that page because there are so many different things we could draw and label here. but I want to show you this last page before this video gets too long. Aquí dice, 5 datos sobre mi dinosaurio. 5 facts about my dinosaur. And we can use this card again to help us. There at the bottom are 3 different facts. And if you have something else on here that you didn't already write about, you can use that too. If you only come up with 3 instead of 5, está bien. Puedes hacer ¿qué quieres? Okay, so that is a lot of work, but I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot to do, but I think it's so fun that you get to investigate un dinosaurio un poquito más como un paleontólogo. It's just like a real paleontologist looking up facts and information about a specific dinosaurio. Okay, amigos, I will see you again in our next video. And we're going to do some more fun activities, and I can't wait for you to see them. Okay, adios. Gracias.